so green foods such as broccoli, kale, and cabbage are cancer-fighting foods. So they have a lot of fiber, which helps with your digestive system. And it helps flush out toxins. And green vegetables also support your bone health and eyesight. Purple and blue foods such as plums and eggplants have a lot of antioxidants, which helps the body fight against aging, heart disease, and cancer, and just like different issues, and it helps boost your immune system. And the other fruits and vegetables, fruits and vegetables are very important to include, and they're, I think, the thing that you're supposed to be eating the most throughout the day. And Ellie will talk a little bit more about serving size and again this weekend. And so, but you also should be including other things such as dairy, grains, and meat alternatives as well.
Okay. So, just as Jen just said, it's really important to have your fruits and vegetables and have your plate as colorful as possible. But in addition to that, you also want to make sure that you have different food groups on your plate. And to help Canadians figure out what food groups they should be having and how much of each food group, the Canadian government put out a document which we call Canada's Food Guide. And Canada's Food Guide essentially splits up different foods into 4 different categories. There's fruits and vegetables, milk and alternatives, dairy, and grains. So, do you guys what do you think would be in dairy products? Yeah, so dairy product is really anything made of milk, and meaning that it contains a lot of calcium, which is really good for your bone growth and to have nice, strong, white teeth. And then grains. Just shout out what grains are. Yeah, so grains is really anything like bread, rice, anything like that. And grains contain a lot of your carbohydrates for the day, meaning that they serve as fuel for your body, so you want to make sure that you obtain enough grains. And then there's meat and alternatives. So you guys know what meat is. Does anyone know what the alternatives might include? Okay, so there's a lot of vegetarians. Jen here's a vegetarian. Is anyone here vegetarian? There, okay, so we have one. So it's really important if you're vegetarian to consider the meat and alternative section. So we know that you're not going to be eating meat as a vegetarian, so you want to be able to obtain the same protein from the meats as you would. So some examples of alternatives are tofu, beans, chickpeas, eggs, nuts, all those sorts of things do the exact same as meat would for you. So that's essentially the 4 different food groups. But Canada realized that you can't just tell people that you have to have the 4 different food groups, because then they won't know how much of each food group you actually need to have. So for girls between the ages of 14 and 18, which is what we all are, require 7 to 8 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, 6 servings of grains, 3 to 4 servings of dairy, and 2 servings of meat and alternatives a day. So that's essentially how you want to structure your meals for the day. You want to base it on having all the different servings. So when you look at your plate, you want it to be colorful with your fruits and vegetables, but at the same time you want to have all the different food groups and keep in mind what you need more of. So you want to have more fruits and vegetables and grains on your plate than you would milk and alternatives and meat. So that's kind of how you want to structure your plate. And based on that, we have a challenge for you guys to take home this weekend, or tomorrow when you guys go home, because we know that when you're at school, you guys don't get to decide what you eat and your servings just because it's given to you and you eat what you're given. But at home, we recommend that you guys try to give yourself, write down a meal plan for a day and base it off of obtaining all the required amounts of food per group.
Does this topic on Taliban food? A guest who was a doctor who was talking on the consumption of 8 glasses of water, and he said that you don't really need to take 8 glasses because there's some food which constitutes water that substitute for some of the glasses. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. There's fruit, a lot of fruit like watermelon and oranges. A lot of it is made up of water, but like if you can, it's just important just to have 8 glasses because that's even just the minimum. Like the more glasses of water you're having, the more toxins you're going to flush out and the better that is.
You can't really do like a ton of harm drinking like a little bit too much water one day. Like even if you eat like a few fruits, it might make up like 1 or 2 extra glasses, like or towards your 8 glasses, but if you drink 8 glasses and then eat a few fruits, like you're just gonna get 10 glasses or something like that, and it's not gonna like cause you to have any like health.
And especially the doctor was probably from North America and not a really hot, dry climate like Kenya, so you guys do need more water than we do. So getting your 8 glasses plus water is actually like more beneficial to you than it would be.